The NBA will investigate the Clippers for allegedly paying Kawhi Leonard under the table. Najee Harris's site will be just good enough to start for the Chargers, and an Angel City forward is walking the streets of London, snapping selfies, negotiating to leave the team. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the Faithful Angelenos Morning Report. So it is September 4th, 2025. Welcome back to the home office, and please, by all means, bask in the glory of my receding hairline. Do you like being in the know about LA sports? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Now, before we get through this Clippers story, which is a massive, shakes the foundation of the NBA level of story, quick look at the scoreboard. Pittsburgh 3, Dodgers 0. The Dodger magic number still drops to 21. And Atlanta beat the Sparks 86-75. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers are at Pittsburgh at 340. So, what do you say we get to the news? Because again, this is pretty thick. You know, at every game, there you see him, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. More money than he knows what to do with, Steve Ballmer. The ceaselessly happy Steve Ballmer. So happy, it's almost kind of creepy. Pretty unsettling, so happy. And yet, we now have an accusation that this eternally gleeful fellow worth $153 billion is secretly a Bond mastermind villain with a secret life. The NBA is following up on a report by a former ESPN reporter that claims Ballmer and the Clippers conspired to pay Kawhi Leonard under the table back in 2022, circumventing the salary cap to the tune of about $28 million. And look, this story is complex. I've read a bunch of articles about it and I'm going to try to simplify it for you. I realize just talking about it, you can get lost in the minutia. I also realize that if you have a giant whiteboard with the details, you risk looking like a conspiracy theorist. So at some point, feel free to tell me I need a tinfoil hat. If it does get confusing, just stop the tape and look at the board for the basics. The allegation is Ballmer funded a company called Aspiration, which was a tech financing company specializing in sustainability services, i.e. using tech to help finance things for a better environment. But with this super confusing company, you're going to need a spokesman, right? Got to have somebody to pitch the idea to investors. And what better way to market a financial tech, environmental sustainability services company than by hiring a guy like Kawhi Leonard? Doesn't he just scream, save the planet? Doesn't he just say, you know what, I can tell you everything you need to know about the blockchain? Yeah. So, the Clippers joined a partnership with Aspiration, and Intuit Arena was originally supposed to be named after this company. 9 months after Leonard signed a team-friendly extension with the Clippers, Leonard then creates an LLC called KL2 Aspire. KL, Kawhi's initials, 2, the number on his jersey. And KL2 Aspire allegedly had a 4-year, $28 million endorsement deal with Aspiration. Now, even though the contract was with Aspiration, the deal would be allegedly voided if Leonard left the Clippers. Oh, you don't have to show up and promote Aspiration. You just don't have to leave the Clippers. A former employee who worked for Aspiration, which has since gone bankrupt, by the way. No. The former employee said this deal was solely designed to circumvent the salary cap. So, these lead to the side questions. Would the Clippers break the rules to satisfy Leonard? Newsflash. According to the NBA, they already have. The Clippers were fined twice for what they were doing to try to keep Kawhi Leonard, once for tampering. And by the way, they were investigated multiple times more, all for their dealings with Kawhi Leonard. Now, for that matter, then you're sitting there going, okay, maybe the Clippers would bend a rule. Maybe. But would Leonard sign a team-friendly deal? Would he? Are you sure? Remember back when it was a battle between the Clippers and the Lakers to sign the guy away from the Toronto Raptors back in 2019? The Athletic wound up reporting that back in 2019, Leonard's people, including his uncle, allegedly demanded that the Lakers give Kawhi partial ownership of the franchise, a private jet, a luxury home, and guaranteed off-court endorsement income. All of those demands directly violated the NBA's collective bargaining agreement. Now, a source told Sports Illustrated the NBA is furious with the current accusations. As for the Clippers and Leonard, they're totally denying it all. If you are wondering, there is no evidence at all of Leonard ever promoting aspiration. Now, the Clippers would tweet photos of players, including Kawhi, and they would also at aspiration in those tweets. But in the Clippers statement, in their denial, there's something that should make your blood run a little cold if you're a Clipper fan. Quote, "Neither the Clippers nor Mr. Ballmer was aware of any improper activity by Aspiration or its co-founder until after the government instituted its investigation. The team and Mr. Ballmer stand ready to assist law enforcement in any way they can," unquote. So the feds are involved. Now, that's a little unsettling. I once owed $300 to the IRS. My heart still palpitates over the idea of what they could have done to me. Now, it's that nobody is claiming that the feds are targeting Ballmer or Leonard, to be fair. The upshot is this: the feds went after one of Aspiration's co-founders. So I hope I haven't gotten too far in the weeds. I just want to cut to the chase. 1, this case isn't unique. The NBA blasted the mini-scrotum Timberwolves for a contract with Joe Smith that wasn't kosher, if you remember that. The Minnesota got hammered pretty good for that one. As for what could happen to the Clippers, there are fines involved if something does prove legit. Fines that Ballmer could pay just by looking through his change jar. The Clippers would forfeit draft picks if they had any to forfeit in the first place. Contracts with Leonard could be voided, and team personnel who would be involved if such a thing proves to be true, they could get suspended for up to a year. Now, 3, I am guessing that the NBA, in their investigation, is going to ask the feds if they could go a little lighter on the Aspiration co-founder, a guy named Joe Sandberg. And that would be if Sandberg has the goods on either Ballmer or Leonard. So yeah, good morning, Clipper fans. How you feeling? Just wondering. Let me know, of course, what you think in the comments thread. Meanwhile, former number 1 overall draft pick, former Clippers reserve, and career useless person Ben Simmons says he's unsure if he wants to continue playing, according to the New York Post. 2 teams who should know better are apparently interested in the 29-year-old. Simmons played for 2 teams last year, including the Clippers, but he only participated in 51 games overall, and he averaged just 5 points. Over with the Chargers, Najee Harris, And not rookie first-round pick Omarion Hampton will start at running back for the Chargers when they open the season against Kansas City. Said Jim Harbaugh, he says he's ready and he looks ready to go. Really hard to predict play counts. He's going to play football and have at it, unquote. And while we're talking football and injured football players, over with the Rams, left tackle Alaric Jackson was a full participant in Wednesday's practice. He said he expects to play Sunday despite blood clots in his left leg. So, that's a little weird. Have you ever traveled internationally? Done a little. You know, it's a lovely time of year to see London. The weather is mild, maybe a little crisp. Beautiful fall foliage. So, Angel City looked at forward Alyssa Thompson and said, "Oh, you crazy kid. I know the season's going on, but I know how badly you want to just backpack across Europe and possibly sign with Chelsea. So go ahead. Go ahead, you crazy kid." We've discussed this potential transaction for the better part of a week. Here's the update. Thompson's in London. Now, the European transfer window closes at 3 p.m. our time zone, 11 p.m. over there. So there is a bit of a race against time. If you are a fan of Angel City, which coincidentally has been hyped as the most valuable women's sports team on the planet, you might ask yourself, wait, that girl could have been the face of the franchise. What's in it for us to let her go? Well, from the looks of things, another lost season. Now, I will grant you they're kind of close to being in the playoff picture, but they are currently out of the playoff picture if the postseason started today. I mean, Angel City is probably just going to get back a check, and that's it. In terms of players, no, because the international transfer window is open. The NWSL transfer window, on the other hand, is not. So you're basically letting one of your better players go for a check. Not the best day for the Dodgers yesterday. Shohei Ohtani missed his pitching start Wednesday. He did DH. The reason he didn't pitch is because he was dealing with an illness. He wasn't feeling strong enough. Emmett Sheehan got the start. Didn't go that well, obviously. Didn't go well for anybody in the battery, as it turned out. Will Smith left the game in the second inning. He was hit by a foul ball. It left a bruise on the back of his hand. X-rays are negative. Dave Roberts said he's day-to-day. Meanwhile, as for injured Dodger pitchers, Alex Vesia pitched a 1-2-3 inning in a rehab appearance for the Midwest Manure Pit. An analyst who hosts an NHL show on SiriusXM is reporting that Adrian Kempe wants $10 million per year to stay with the Kings. LA was hoping to have a contract of about $9 million per year for 8 years. But should Anze Kopitar retire at the end of the year, there's going to be plenty of room under the salary cap. We'll just have to wait and see. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Do you buy into the possibility that the Clippers may have cheated to keep Kawhi Leonard? For that matter, Najee Harris starting for the Chargers, plus or minus? And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.